She went to Iyabo and laid a curse on her. You will find love and have a very beautiful family, but the evil you have committed will come back and haunt you. She said to Iyabo and died. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Iyabo. She was a very beautiful and hardworking girl. Iyabo was the apple of her mother's eye. She lost her father at a very young age, and so her mother single-handedly raised her. Despite Iyabo's beauty and hard work, people avoided her. She was a chronic gossip. She went around the village spreading information about people's lives. Iyabo had two friends called Tinu and Bambam, and they were just like her. In one way or the other, they often find ways to get sensitive information about people in the village, and they would not hesitate to spread it around the village. Iyabo's mother advised her several times to avoid gossiping, but she never listened, as that was her hobby. And the villagers named her Amebo because of that. Few years passed, and they succeeded in ruining a lot of families. When Tinu realized that they were causing too much harm, she told Iyabo and Bambam that they needed to stop. When Bambam realized the truth in what Tinu was saying, she agreed to repent, but Iyabo refused. She told them that they were people pleasers. Tinu and Bambam realized that Iyabo would never change, and so they decided to cut ties with her and apologize to the villagers for all the harm they have caused them. Iyabo felt betrayed by their acts and vowed to teach them a lesson. One day, a girl named Bimpe was about getting married. Bimpe was the oldest among the maidens in the village. She had bad luck when it came to suitors and marriage, and even her mate had gotten married long time ago, and some of them even had teenage children. Bimpe was still unmarried. It troubled her so much because she became a laughingstock in the village. When she finally found a man to marry her, she was so happy, and her mother quickly began to make arrangements for the wedding. Few days to the wedding, Iyabo went to Bimpe's fiancé Kunle and told him Bimpe's secret from her past. It turned out that when Bimpe was very young, she was assaulted by her uncle, and she became pregnant. Her uncle denied it and accused her of sleeping around. In order to protect Bimpe's image, her mother took her to a herbalist, and he gave her some herbs to terminate the pregnancy. This became Bimpe's secret, and she told no one about it. Iyabo heard some part of the story when Bimpe's mother was telling her not to tell Kunle about it, and so she decided to tell him herself. Iyabo told Kunle that Bimpe used to sleep around, and at one time she got pregnant and terminated the pregnancy, and that was the reason no man in the village wanted to marry her. When Kunle heard this, he was devastated. He had recently moved to the village and knew nothing much about the village and the villagers. He felt he had been deceived, and he immediately called off the wedding. When Bimpe heard this, he decided to ask Kunle the reason he did so. And when Kunle questioned her about her virginity, Bimpe was confused and thought Kunle had discovered her secret. And so she began to stammer and ran home immediately to tell her mother. Kunle could not bear the humiliation anymore. He packed his bags and prepared to go back to his village. When he was about leaving, Bimpe's mother approached him and asked him how he found out about the pregnancy. And Kunle told her that it was Iyabo that told him everything. Amebo has succeeded in ruining our lives, she cried out. She went home and told Bimpe everything. Bimpe cried for days and the news spread round the village like wildfire, and some villagers began to mock her. Bimpe could not take it anymore and so she took her own life. Her death shook her mother and she cried for several days. Her fragile heart could not take it any longer. She went to Iyabo and laid a curse on her. You will find love and have a very beautiful family, but the evil you have committed will come back and haunt you. She said to Iyabo and died. Iyabo was scared, and the villagers came out and dragged her to the palace. They told the king everything that happened and how Iyabo had been ruining people's lives. The king had no choice than to banish her from the village. This news broke her mother's heart, and she became very sick and died after a few days. Iyabo wandered for days until she came to a land called Umunede. A kind woman named Iyatope saw her and gave her shelter. Iyabo started reflecting on everything and wished she had followed Tinu and Bambam. She became very sorry for her actions, but it was too late. She lost everything, including her mother, her friends, and her home. Thank you for listening to this story. If you want us to make more videos, hit on the like and subscribe button below and comment which country you are watching from. We love and appreciate you. Bye.